Tripa is down for Blue, so we're gonna see both teams getting really. Hey, Blinky, getting really
Arthur's panicking right now, trying to find someone to Uber. Eventually pops off on Team Lori, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to take out these frags. Arthur needs to be backing out right now. He can't sustain that heavy, and his scout isn't going to be able to protect him as well as he would like him to. Jesus just gets picked off again. I feel like Pepe are just doing what they need to be doing and focusing down Jesus, because honestly, he was, I wouldn't say he's carried, he was putting in enough work to warrant focusing.
Yeah, and Tripa was able to just run around and kill Jesus. I don't know where Snake Kryptonite's me is, but Tripa's been able to get behind and kill Jesus. It's great. And that was really unfortunate because Firefly died just before the push, so they weren't able to. Arthur was forced to give most of the Uber to Q, despite the fact that Q was really.
Q is on his 6K. It's like he takes down Tetra, but I think that might be almost playing a little bit against his team because he's been getting all these frags and not been getting the cap time that his team needs to be making up.
Yeah. Hillary is sucking up a lot of heals on our system. I mean, it's kind of warranted right there because the Firefly had gone down. But at the Scout Uber was not, they weren't able to get the frags with the Scout Uber they've been doing with the demo Uber. And we see a bomb out of Stack. Signature buff. Not able to get the forced party. I would expect at least one more sack. I've been really enjoying, really appreciating the sacks that Peach has been sacking their demo Scout and Soldier all at the same time. They've been able to force Arthur into uncomfortable positions, so Tetra's able to go. Speaking of, Sai goes in for a huge bomb on Arthur. Arthur's able to getting forced on the cliff, not being able to do anything. That was an interesting pop because Arthur didn't really take any damage, and Sai just kind of jumped on it and got screwed. Like Sai was saying in chat, like I don't know, it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like that 3-man sack we were talking about, Sai can just force the Med to play in a place he doesn't want to be, and then just Sapphics can come in and again scare him out with, you know, a potential rocket that he might not be able to surf out, and then Triple can just come in and threaten him with that hit scan nonsense, dropping him. Yeah.
So yeah, we see the signature sacks out of Peach and able to force buffing, and they're able to hold the point, take the point without even popping Ubers. So Peep looking really happy having Uber. There's Uber's popping. Keep losing so many.
Yeah, Tetra dropped so many on his team. Everybody that's in this Uber is all of Pepe that's up right now, as they just let Bonus get this point back. That was kind of a misplay by Tetra and not keeping his players alive, but that could have also been considered a misplay by the whole team dying before the Uber happened.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for the team. They were playing a bit too aggressive and they gave Bonus so much ground and they were able to get all the picks. And before Tetra popped his Uber, they were just so many players down and Bonus was looking pretty happy. Bonus sitting almost at half, so they're getting, if he wants to win, they need to kill Bonnie right now. We see an Uber for Tetra needs to go down. Tetra backing out of main, just running away all the way back to the farm, sitting at 40%. But cap time just ticking down and Sam sitting down. Sam not going to be able to help. As he was losing so many. All we see is demo count by. We're getting a little bit of kind of bombs from Sapphics, not able to get anything. Bonus just has it back, and they're able to take this really decisively. And you see round two go to Bonus.
Yeah, I've been noticing something that Arthur has really been enjoying getting Q Lori in on these Ubers, which I want to say that's almost a little bit of an MTS strat there, knowing the power of a scout in an Uber. Alright, going into second mid, that first round very closely going the way, but a double dunk goes down onto Arthur and takes him down immediately in this mid. Bonus just needs to sack right now and do everything they can to get Tetra, but I don't think it's going to be happening.
Bonus is just losing all the players, everyone. They almost pretty much wiped. And another thing that I noticed from the second half was Tetra died almost twice as much as Arthur, which is really huge on a map like Viavex. Arthur just able to keep building up advantages and whatnot and able to retake the point really easily. And we see Tetra building up 75% of 75-ish, 60-ish ad rank. But keep looking at a pretty good position, despite the fact that size, they're still getting a huge ad. Sam in a very comfortable position. Bonus starting to get aggressive, despite the fact they don't have Uber. They're trying to bait Peep and get the Uber pop. While Bonus is able to cap the point despite the fact that Peep just has Uber and Peep kind of let them capture it. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure. I think I saw somebody go down. Teapot did go down fairly early, so that could have been contributing to things. Well, Arthur goes down along with Ablink and Hugh Lori again. Oh, Trippa just some great frags right there. Gets picked up by Snake Kryptonite. Jesus and Gengar are gonna go down.
See, Peep is able to finally get this because they're finally able to kill Arthur. Like, Tetra had died twice as many times. That's crazy. And they're finally able to get Bart down, and Tetra's able to hold his head and able to defend the point with the Uber.
Alright, I'm gonna watch Proto for a second here. He's working an angle down onto Arthur. Almost gets spotted up by the heavy there. He's working around, trying to find something he might be able to get, and if he gets spotted at by Snake Kryptonite, he's gonna tell his demo man with his pipe down. Firefly does get picked off though by a body shot from Sam. Lord goes down to Trippa.
That Firefly and Lori both down for something. That's really important for Pete right now. Pete finally looking at a 25%-ish ad right now. And they're kind of backing it, but starting to give a lot of ground to books as Pete chooses to rotate back onto Cliff.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure. Sam has been putting in, I'd definitely say more work than Jesus this round. He's been getting a lot more effects, so that's not to say that Jesus takes down Sam. Caster's curse, you know. Time's fairly even, but I definitely say this round has been a little more in the favor of Pepe. Like, they've definitely just giving bonus this cap time, and but they shouldn't be. It's a little unwarranted right now.
Yeah, but we do see both, even Ubers right now. It kind of depends on, this next fight is going to depend on who gets full first. I'm going to see expecting a lot of sacks out of Pepe on trying to flip. As we do see Savage not really able to get anything. Barney able to get out and get the med. And yeah, we see numbers advantage of Pepe right now. Sai going in for a huge bomb on a Jesus. Trying to get Jesus able to surf.
Arthur drops to the body shot out of Sam. That's so bad, especially because Collide had a fantastic bomb onto Tetra that forced the Uber there. That would have bought so much. That would have bought a lot of cap time, a lot of frags, and it just all went down the drain.
Rest in peace.
Alright, so still trying to work a little bit of cap time, but let's not getting too disheartened by that. Arthur's backing, courtesy of that teleporter.
We see a bomb out of Sappers. Amba not really able to get anything. Sappers just getting easily denied by it. We see Pete getting really aggressive. Really aggressive. Gabby in a really aggressive position on the plane as Trippa also takes a really aggressive stand. And we see Sai getting really forward, but just kind of pressuring out Red. I mean, Jesus and Firefly both down, and Arthur is forced to back out. Both teams, neither teams are over. Just kind of interesting drive push as Bonus was not able to keep up with Pete's aggression out there.
Yep, about a 20% Uber advantage in the way of Team Pepe, but they also have so much time advantage that they're probably not going to risk pushing out right now in favor of taking the round safely, and in speaking of taking the round safely, that pick on Jesus, very safe.
Yeah, we see Uber pop really early out of Arthur. Tetra pop. Blue's Uber is much better right now. Red forcing the flash attack while Blue soloing. We see only one frag now. We have 2 frags to go. Not really, like, neither team is getting rid of the fixes they need. Sam goes out. Hugh Laurie goes down, but Bonus is able to establish the presence. Snake Kryptonite to me is doing a lot of work right now, killing Gabby Duo. And we see almost a full wipe out of
that was
full
a
wipe. Full wipe now out of Beef. We see
I gotta
Bonus
say,
kind of
Collide had one of the best time bombs I've ever seen, because in the chaos of that just Uber push in, he managed to get in, take down Sam, take down who is that? He took down Tetra for sure, and he took down someone else. I think it was Teapot. Anyway, Firefly has not been playing too high this round. He's
yeah, I'm expecting the signature Pete triple bomb stack right now to Arthur, because they really need to either force or die. Because of
they're just forcing him. I don't know. Forcing him might actually be better, because
yeah, we see a pop out of Bonus, and they really need to kill Petra right now. They're just gonna be able to re-push through, because Blue has so much cap time and Bonus is not able to. But Tetra was able to lift it up, but Blue is leading so many people, but it's not that bad because Tetra was able to get out, and they're gonna sit at a huge like 80% ad.
Yup, Spade's managing to eke out of that fight, keep his stuff alive, protect the flank ground some. Like I said, Firefly has just not been doing too great. He's been getting picked off a lot, and when these crucial fights are happening, he's not there. He's been the catalyst for a lot of pushes, but I don't feel like he would have made too much of a difference.
You see a pop out of Tetra. Sai getting really aggressive, getting a lot of damage onto the puddles right there. Peep is getting on point. Bonus needs to get on the quick stop it. Bonus is just bleeding players, and Peep is just sitting on point. Bonus was holding really passive there. They just gave the point up. But like, I know Blue had Uber, but they needed to stop the cap, and they just kind of let them cap. And I don't know, there wasn't like that much like fight between them.
Yeah, when they're on overtime like that, you just need to sack your players because you have nothing else to fight for after that. I mean, they cap it's the round, so 3rd round right now. Firefly peeking over, getting that regular old spam. Triple on very low health immediately from Salt.
We see Sapphire's going for a really early bomb onto the enemy, but trying to catch up Jesus, but Jesus is not there.
Yeah,
Jesus kind of died out. Sam is stepping up. And that's probably the deciding factor there is Jesus is sitting at like 25 points while Sam is rocking the scoreboard with 34. And then we see a lot of kids, a lot of deaths out of bonus right now, but they're still getting so Proto on them. Proto getting caught out, almost getting a play on the cut. Oh, Proto
Tetra fighting for his life.
Proto managed to get a headshot on the Firefly, as we'll see bonus coming out on that mid. That was a really good mid for bonus. They really needed that. It's not as like decisive as the last round, but bonus really needs to win these mid. Like that's kind of what led them to winning the other map, was their dominance on mid, and Jesus was finally able to find frags.
You know, I'm actually a little bit surprised right now that we see Puddles running the stock minigun, because for the duration of both maps, both heavies have just been running either Natasha or the Tomislav, which are both fantastic weapons now. You know, stock might be a little bit overshadowed by those two right now, but he's still opting for, you know, he's still got faith in the old classics.
Oh,
Arthur,
Proto getting a huge drop on Arthur. Oh my goodness,
that was
incredible for Keep. Good play by Proto. Has kind of been a non-factor this whole game, but he's been able to make some of the frags, or some of the key picks that his team really needs, and
he's
Blue's
been
able to
timing things well.
He's been able to, or Blue's just popping on the point and retake, and they're to see even Ubers again as the cycle resets.
Yep, down about 40 seconds right now, team bonus are, but that's about the amount of time it takes to build an Uber, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, time that Uber evens out, so will the times, unless some huge play happens with either of the medics. Yeah. Clyde gets picked off, so, you know, one less person to make a huge play.
See Jesus getting to a snipe on the side, so might open up the flank for bonus a little bit in order to get Hugh Laurie some room. But we see Triple really aggressive on the point, kind of just playing around connector, while Tetra's choosing to play pretty passively on the clip. While Arthur's starting to get a little bit more aggressive, Tetra's still kind of playing a bit back. Both teams know that Ubers are even, then Blue is just giving up a lot of ground, and Red's able to take the point. Proto gets a stab on the puddle, but they're able to take the point with relative ease, and both Arthur was not really healing there for a second, but so there's going to be a slight advantage to Tetra, but I don't think it's going to matter that much, just they're not going to be able to go in right away.
I don't know, with this many players down, Tetra might go in, and regardless of whether or not they had known about that slight little disadvantage, then bonus could have been detrimental.
Blue not popping there. Good play by them. They're going to need to get a force on Barney, or else Barney's going to be able to retake as soon as they get spawned. But yeah, we see Teapot getting really aggressive onto the enemy cliff, and Medic's up there too. Both Tetra and Teapot onto the enemy cliff. They're finally starting back out on the caution. We see Sapphire's constantly conquered. Oh! Tetra goes down to a huge snipe by Jesus. Oh my god. Arthur's finally popping on a point.
Amazing.
We see two down for Pete,
pressure.
right?
Players flooding in right now.
Bonus just rolling in on that area. They're not getting any cap time. Okay, finally they're starting to time. Side doing his best to defend the point from the notes.
Lots of fighting coming in. Oh, fighting looking like it's going into the favor of bonus, but Arthur went down actually, so there's going to be a fresh Uber advantage on the side of Pepe, but Tetra's not building actually, maybe he's no one to build with.
Yeah, a lot of wipes, a lot of people down. Bonus, they just died really quickly. Sai was able to do a lot of damage, and Triple was able to follow up, despite the fact that Tetra died pretty early.
Alright, 30% Uber advantage, it's something, you know, but
I don't think it's
feeling too great
not
about
make that much
Jesus
difference,
goes down to Proto again. Snake Kryptonite gets picked off too by Sam. Puddles gets stabbed by Proto. Sapphire's goes down, but it's not going to be much as 5, 7, 8. I don't know what numbers mean anymore.
Peep is just rolling in. Arthur goes down to a huge meat shot by Trippa, and Peep is just kind of happy here. Tetra is going to build Uber in like a few seconds.
Yeah, they took down Arthur, so now they're building alarmingly fast. Is that a Kritzkrieg that they're running right now?
I think, yeah, they're still on Uber.
Oh no, that was building alarmingly fast.
We might see a quick fix out of Arthur.
Yeah,
quick fix is on Arthur. And he's gonna, oh, we see a bomb out of Sapphire's onto Jesus. Is he gonna find the rocket that he can find? Oh no, Jesus Crate, who's falling off the cliff. We see an Uber out of Tetra right now. They're kind of fighting. They're not really getting any frags at the moment. They're choosing to back. Arthur able to get out. He's 50%. Not really, like, healing anybody. Arthur finally did a little quick fix.
Yeah, Pepe are down a couple of players, and the point's just gonna go back in favor of bonus. About a minute they have to make up out of this, but quick fix, I wouldn't say quick fix is desperation. I think it might even be a little bit of a comfort play for Arthur.
Yeah, they really needed to build that Uber up a lot quicker because they were, they were sitting at a huge ad, and the quick fix really helped them rebuild that. And just why Tetra was kind of got caught out and got his Uber forced, and now Zombardi is able to sit pretty well with quick fix.
But I mean, there have been so many times for Arthur where he's just been down a few percent, where just that extra build speed could have made so much of a difference. Speaking of which, popping it off right now.
Tetro able to build Uber right now. They're gonna. We see low cap times on both teams, so it's kind of.
Yeah, Uber just coming straight across the side is gonna find the frag onto Barney. Not a double donk air shot, but an air shot all the same. Yeah, so cap time's looking a little bit of difference, but probably the round's gonna go the way of Pepe right now. I don't want to call anything too early because Teapot does go down along with Collide though. Gank gets picked up by the melee kill from Psy.
Well, it seems pretty even right now. We see Firefly getting really aggressive on the point without heal. Bonuses, people just choosing to back out and trying to play leap. As Tetro's going to be sitting at like a 25-ish% ad.
Cast goes to bonus, but at what cost, really? I mean, they lost Jesus again, they lost their engineer, their demo man.
They were able to stop overtime though, which is really good for them. As Psy and Teapot start to get really aggressive. And I'm gonna see a play on Arthur, as Arthur's almost, he's not healing anybody. Arthur lost his ass, he wasn't healing anybody. And we're gonna see a quick fix versus Uber fight, and that does not usually bode well for the quick fix unless they kill Tetro right now.
Oh, but is Arthur even gonna get the quick fix up? No, the round's not able to just not enough cap time, I don't think, but you did make a very good point there that sometimes stopping the overtime, even with just 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock, can mean so much, because it gives you that little bit of extra time to just come straight back in. So
Psy's been really early compared to Firefly, so he's been able to do the damage with the loose cannon. And we see a lot of cool reflex out of A about keeping this cannon spam off his team. We see Tetro going down
Collide
really early. Tetro goes down. We see Bonus starting to get pretty aggressive off that pick. I don't know who killed him, but Tetro went down really early. But Psy's still kind of staying.
Gank actually with the diamond back play stabs the medic and then immediately just gets that crit shot straight into Trippa.
So that's we see a bomb out of Psy trying to get Arthur pressure, and we see Bonus kind of giving up a lot of ground despite the fact that Blue has no heal. We finally see Teapot go down. Teapot was sitting a point for a long time.
Line spots out Proto, very good right there. Just a little bit of cloak revealing himself. Gank is in. Oh, I get spotted up too.
Red is finally starting to count the point. That was a long time for them to count the point, but
yeah. That was a surprisingly long mid-fight for how zero cap time there is right now.
We see Arthur sitting 100% out on Cliff right now. I'm expecting the Sapphire's bomb. It's gonna happen, or the Psy bomb onto Cliff that Psy's been doing every time that Arthur has had ad.
So I'm watching Jesus again. He needs to step it up until he gets headshot straight onto Trippa. He's doing his work again. Might be getting back into the groove of things. One more round and you know, Pepe are going to be our UGC Gold champions, so they're definitely feeling the pressure right now. Jesus, maybe he might step it up. Uber actually gets forced from something by Arthur. I'm not quite sure what that was.
Blue has been really on par with their forces right now. Like, they're just keeping Tetro with the ad, like, 24/7, despite the fact that they're losing. They're able to force Arthur in a very uncomfortable position, so they're able to retake with Uber rather easily. We see a bomb out of Sapphire's.
Speaking of that, Uber's coming straight in, Jesus gets picked off, Sapphire's goes down to puddles though. Firefly gets taken down too. They need to find Arthur, otherwise they're just going to be able to build straight back in, and Arthur's all the way back in spawn, so this is going to be leapfrog situation. About a minute advantage on the point there for team bonus. Nothing they can't make up.
We see a 70% or I can't do math, like a 50%-ish add-on to Barney right now.
40, 45, I think.
Roughly. I don't know math, but we'll see how. But I'd like to see Bonus really act off this ad. They really need to be able to kill Tetro before he gets Uber and reestablish the dominance on him. Before Tetro's able to build Uber. But we don't really see
Jesus
anything.
enabling can get taken down along with Snake Kryptonite. That's not too good for this push. Because those are some pretty key classes in terms of making grab. Collide goes down 2 to Sapphire's. Sapphire's has been stepping it up a little bit this time around. Alright, so looks like we got Arthur coming in through main, but nobody there to meet up with him. He might just get forced all by his alone.
Yeah, this is the awkward forces that I'm talking about that's really detriment to Bonus at the moment. They're just getting forced into bad positions, and Tetro's able to just go right into them, full Uber right after. Yeah. We see a lot of frags down for Bonus. Puddles go down, Hulori's down. People not really losing anyone, as they're really showing this dominance in this Uber fight. Firefly goes down, but Arthur is able to make out, knock on wood. They're kind of trying to chase him as Arthur gets out on grab. But Peep able to establish the dominance on point.
Quaside Blinken, but a clutch arrow manages to save him. Sapphire's gets picked off by Hulori, so does Proto, goes down to Collide, I'm sorry.
Arthur was able to survive there, so we're going to see even Ubers right now, so it all kind of depends on whose medic pops first and gets forced, because that's been the situation that's been why Bonus has been losing, because Arthur's keep getting fourth. But we see Bonus getting really aggressive on a point though. They're not Peeps not contesting at all. Like
I don't know, I wouldn't say that it was even Ubers. I mean, a map as small as Viaduct, even 10-15% difference can mean the death of your medic in a team fight.
yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting the force Kalai going in for a kind of interesting. Doesn't really find anything. Arthur kind of holding on Cliff like he has been for a majority of this game. You see a blue team finally getting really aggressive. I think they want to put. They're getting a lot of cap. Tetro finally dropping down from Cliff. We see Sai getting really aggressive point with the loose. We see a pop out of Arthur. Arthur taking a few loose cannon spins, and Tetro's not popped yet. Tetro finally popped as he's on it. Good pop by Tetro. Oh, Sai goes down to a huge snipe by Jesus. That's gonna hurt their push a lot. But what's Tripa's able to get T-pop, or Tripa's able to get puppets, and we see a lot of people down for this, and it looks like Sai, Big Peep is able to retake this point with the post-super fight.
Yeah, a lot of that can just sort of be attributed to Firefly dying really early in these fights. Ulor gets picked off by Spade, maybe overcommits a little bit too much. Alright, so even Ubers once again, now like within 5% of each other, so I don't think we're going to be seeing a difference at all right now. So, minute left for both teams, but Gabby and Hulori going down. Pepe do have the point, they're on match point right now, season point in fact.
Season point. We see Uber's absolutely even right now. We need to see huge plays out of the pick class right now in order to get Tetra down, or else they're just gonna the classic Arthur forces a little bit early and Tetra just kind of backs away and baits the point and goes back in right after.
You know what I saw that was actually really smart there? Proto was trying for a stab onto Arthur, but he got caught out. He didn't go for a butter knife or a cheeky ambi shot or anything because he knows that Arthur would have gotten a saw on him and gotten that Uber advantage.
Yeah, we see Uber's exchange. Nobody's really able to find Frag State. Kryptonite goes down, so we see a slight number advantage to Peep at the moment. Bonus is not able to find anything. It goes down. Puddles goes down the same time. This is not bode well for Bonus. Tetra goes
10
down
seconds left.
to
Gonna
a
start
body
getting
shot by
desperate.
Peep.
4 players up. Firefly just
Bonus
trying to
needs
come
to
in
get
with
on
his
point right
medic.
now. Bonus needs Firefly getting juggled super hard, and they got pushed back. And it looks like this round's gonna
No
go to
time
Peep.
on the point. No players to contest it, and that is gonna be it, ladies
UGC
and gentlemen.
gold.
Team Pepe are your UGC Gold Highlander. What season is this? I don't even
16.
know. Season 16. They're your champions for all of that stuff. Congratulations to them. Oh, that was a pretty close, kind of intense match. Aside from Gullywash, which seemed really dominant in Pepe's favor, both halves of Viaduct just seemed super close. Like teams going back and forth, all left and right. It was. Oh.
The second half, Jesus wasn't able to do as much work as he did on the first half, as he got 42 frags, I think, on the first half, and he only got 24 on the second, which is a huge reason why Peep was able to apply a lot of the pressure in the half. And Peep was finally able to keep Tetra alive, with Tetra only having 6 deaths while Barney had 7.
Yeah, Jesus definitely lacking in his play, but I also gotta say, Firefly wasn't looking too hot either. He was just getting caught out a lot, dying really early before pushes.
Yeah, we see 22 deaths on Firefly, contrary to Psy 12, and Psy putting up almost 4k more damage than Firefly, which is really important in combination with the Sam. Sam really stepped it up in the second half after getting bodied by Jesus in the first one. He really brought up his game and was able to bring his team back up by keeping
not
Jesus
just in the sniper v sniper. He got so many frags all over the place too.
38 frags,
Arthur,
topping the scoreboard, the server wide.
Yeah, Arthur onto the flank in general, just so good.
Yeah.
Super solid play out of them. Thank you all, everybody, for tuning in. I don't know if we have interviews. I don't think we do, but it's absolutely been a pleasure casting with you, Triton. And thank you to Mars, our newer cameraman. He's fresh off. This is one of his first cast, as well as you, Triton, right?
This is my first cast, yeah. For those of you that know me, tell me how I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
The chat is spamming interview Spade Slick. Do we want to interview Spade Slick?
I don't have a way of contacting him.
I have Spade Slick at it. I can get him in here.
Oh, okay. If you want to.
All right, I'll get Spade Slick. I'll get Spade Slick in.
Spades definitely stepped it up. I don't think I mentioned that. You know, he was doing work too, getting his fair share of frags. I don't think he was doing as good of a job as Snake Kryptonite in terms of like mini sentry placement and keeping his mini sentries alive, but he definitely pulled his own weight as an engineer.
I don't know. Spades put up 1,500 more damage than Snake Kryptonite did, and with the fat 23 frags, Spades was doing a lot of work the second half, able to keep people away from doing as much work as he did the first half. Hang on, I'm working to see if I can get so he's not responding to my messages.
All right.
Spade Slick. Hello. But yeah, I don't. Bonus. Arthur was not playing as well as he did the first half, or I don't know whether it contributed to him or his team, but a lot of times Arthur got forced into really uncomfortable positions in Tetro, and people were just able to roll in right after Arthur got popped and whatnot.
Yep.
So it looks like Spades is currently being interviewed by the other cast of Gold Five.
So I am getting word actually that over in the UGC Platinum world that MTS actually took that first best of 3 2-0 and they're gonna go to the second one on Thursday.
Damn.
Yeah, so everybody who's watching this instead of that, be sure to tune in over to twitch.tv/EVLTV on Thursday, probably at 9:30 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That should be a really good game. MTS and K&D are long-standing rivals, the new kids versus the old blood. I wouldn't call K&D the new kids anymore. They've proven themselves quite well.
After winning Plat twice in a row, I mean, and potentially winning Plat again, they've definitely established themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. When you beat K&D on Upward, that's pretty convincing to me right there.
That's when you beat Candy on Viaduct. That's the important thing. Candy on Viaduct is a force to be reckoned with.
Well, I mean, for that, K&D would have needed to even just take it to Viaduct. They didn't win a single map that first best of 3, so MTS coming out really strong. I don't know if there were some roster changes or some pulling ringers. Well, Spades just joined the Mumble.
Spades.
Mars, do you have the magical power to bring in Spades? Because I don't think he can get in this room.
I'll ask you.
Okay. Oh, okay, people are suppressed. Hello there, Spades.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
I mean, I guess the obvious answer would be I'm feeling good, man, because
how
does
it feel to be a UGC Gold champion?
I don't know. Like, I already exceeded all of my expectations when we were guaranteed placement, so I'm just happy to make it all the way.
Yeah, you I noticed that you were playing very well that whole second round of Viaduct. Do you think that Snake Kryptonite was sort of pressuring you because he was doing really well himself, but you definitely stepped it up and held your own ground that second half?
I think the most pressure I felt was from personally Collide because he could just walk in at one point, completely clear out our concrete, and then just pressure us into killing him, or else that kind of endangers us losing the point. So I adapted my playstyle. I didn't put my minis in a very aggressive place because Kalai is just not going to run into them and die.
Right.
So how was the mentality with Sam? Because Sam was really inconsistent. We see.
Rest in peace, Triton's Mike.
I think what he was trying to say is that we saw both him and Jesus were sort of struggling there on Gully Wash, and then the first half of Viaduct he didn't hold his own very well against Jesus, but then that last half of Viaduct he turned it up so hard. Was there a lot of energy in the Mumble from him?
Yeah,
we all started, after that first part of Viaduct was done, the first thing Sam asked us was, how come we're not putting enough pressure on Jesus as they are me? Because outside of Jesus killing Sam, Hugh Laurie and Gankmeister were the ones that were primarily just throwing their lives at getting Sam, and that worked out for them. So we started, on mids, I asked Saffrix, Saffrix, why don't you bomb for Jesus straight in the mid? And he goes, alright, I will. So,
Speaking of the man of the hour, Sam and Trippa joining up into the Mumble. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's fine. So after we started putting in a bunch of pressure on Jesus, that allowed us a lot more opportunities to push into the point, knowing that we're not going to get sniped and immediately lose one of our players.
And here's the man himself, Sam. So how did you feel going into that second half?
I'm not Sam.
Oh, you're not.
Oh my God, Jaxter, goddamn.
Can we kick this guy? Can we kick this guy?
I locked Sam out. Sam's interviewing with us exclusively. Sorry.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Is that the real Trippa, or is that Mojo or somebody?
No, that's me, fam.
How's it going?
I'm giving Sam the actual Mumble.
That was actually the easiest match of my life, so I'm feeling pretty good.
We saw you do very well on Gully Watch, but how was the transition to rolling them on Gully Watch to kind of having a little bit of trouble on Viaduct and managing to bring it back again on the second half of Viaduct?
Well, you see, me and Sam were actually eating the entire second map.
Mhm.
We were just eating like a fucking huge bag of Doritos, you know?
Mhm.
And then we washed down some Mountain Dew, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
So we couldn't really focus on the match because we were
Yeah,
too
this is
busy
actually
getting
Sam.
fat.
Is this the real Sam?
How's it going, guys? I heard you were
Hello.
testing.
I was.
Hello.
We were.
Yeah. So, what was how many were they just AFK? I didn't really like on Gully Wash. I think they were just AFK, right?
What a silly.
I don't know. It seemed kind of
Because
like
honestly,
that.
it was so fucking easy that whole.
There's a
Oh,
lot of
man.
stalemating on Gully Wash right now. Oh, we have
I
someone
know, I
on here
just
too.
meant like their team was doing so fucking shit.
I think
Yeah, I agree.
I think the team mentality, like what a couple of us were saying, is that they really wouldn't care for Gully Wash because all they had to do was just rely on their Viaduct play and beat us twice, and that really showed because we didn't really have any trouble with them on Gully Wash at all.
Mhm.
Well,
I
was really
definitely
surprised-
think that in the second half of Viaduct that you guys, it seemed even a lot of the times in terms of the clock and the frags and all that, but there never seemed a time where they were in control.
Right.
We understood what their carries were going to do, and we just kind of worked around that. And literally, as soon as Jesus started getting pressured a lot more and dying a lot more, like instantly, we're just like, all right, let's just play like a
Well,
normal.
no, like if you really want to know what happened, I was just the second half. I made myself a taco out of a large buffalo chicken pizza and a small Hawaiian pizza, and I made a big taco, and I was just sort of eating that. So that's why I didn't really do anything. That half.
Sam's a big eater.
then,
If
like,
you guys don't know.
The third time, I was like, okay, I guess I need to try. So I'm just shit on Jesus. It's not like it's that hard. It's pretty
One
good.
hand.
Yeah, I actually know it. Sometimes I did have to put my second hand on the keyboard to win that one, but
I
like,
had to press W a couple times, but aside from that, no big deal.
pretty easy, you know. I mean, pretty expected. Not like they had a chance of beating us. We're better than them.
Shots
Well, they-
being fired over here. Well,
I don't
congratulations
know.
again, guys.
I was really surprised about Gully Wash. I thought it would have been a bit more in bonus favor, judging from the matchups for Mountain versus Mountain last week, because you guys had a bit of trouble.
Oh
while
no,
bonus rolled Mountain really heavily
yeah,
on
no,
Thursday.
Jesus paid Mountain to throw. That's
Oh.
how common knowledge.
Oh, okay.
I see
It was
that.
like
That
it
makes
was like
sense.
it was like 15 per person, I think, to everyone on the roster. So you know he
Mhm.
chilled out, but
I'd like to think.
How much money did they make?
I'd
Well, they
like
made
to
more
think.
than anyone else in gold, that's for sure.
I like
Yeah,
to think the
respect that.
reason why MTN wasn't, a big pushover for bonus is because, like, I love the guys at Mountain. They're amazing. Shout out to them for getting their place, but I don't think Gully Wash is their strongest map per se. I mean, even with the sub demo that week, even so, it's air, so that's really nothing to scoff at. And
Yeah.
we just we have a lot of sixes players on our team, so a lot of that knowledge transitions into our Highlander play, and we can really revolve around the basics of the map.
Yeah, so I sort of noticed again that in the later half of Gully Wash, you guys, the rounds seem to be taking a lot longer. Was that sort of you guys?
yeah,
Was
I
that
said
them finding their footing,
so there
or was that
no,
them,
there was
like-
12 minutes left, and I said we were on their fourth, and I said, okay, guys, the game's over, we win. I made Spades. I yelled at Spades until he killed down to go level 3s, and then we perked the bus for like 5 minutes, and then they got pissed, pushed out, wiped. We won that round, and then won the next round.
I mean, the level 3 sentry hold on second is pretty potent. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's questionable in terms of like it shows how cool you are as a person. Because if you do it, you're not that cool.
The
'Cause
only reason
I got a lot of feedback from doing it, but I mean, if it works, it works. And now I walk away with a number 1 on my virtual item.
Jesus wants to be moved in.
Ooh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Uh oh.
Jesus and Sam.
Do we want Jesus and
Yes.
Sam in the same
Yeah.
room?
Get Jesus in there.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know if it's actually
It's probably
Jesus,
not
but
actually
let's
Jesus, but get him in here.
Is that actually? I doubt it's okay.
I
It's
just
probably
move
not.
him in,
doubt it.
move him
This
in.
could go horribly.
Just move him in, dude.
Please keep it kosher, ladies and gentlemen. We have young viewers such as my friend Jackster watching the stream. I don't know if he can handle some language.
MTN TV.
Jesus not even coming in? Oh. Hello, Jesus. How's the match?
He's
friend.
suppressed right now.
Pooped on Sam the entire time, so I really don't know why he thinks he's so cool, because he's not.
That is not Jesus.
What are
That
you
is
talking about?
not Jesus.
Yeah, what? Have you ever even heard me?
I have heard Jesus before.
We got
Yeah, right, dude.
Tetro from Tetro's Tips in the house.
That's not
Tetromino?
Hello?
Well, moral of the story, easy game, expected outcome.
Congratulations on
Hey
Hey,
winning.
Sam,
Rose,
remember
too.
when you're bad and I beat you up because I'm bigger than you?
Uh-oh.
No, Sam's 450 pounds, dude. You can't
Yeah,
beat
but
that.
he's dumb, so I don't like him.
Oh.
Sam's a heavyweight champion, like John Cena.
Did someone say John Cena?
Did he just leave because he's scared of me?
Ooh.
Wow, I'm intimidating,
Uh-oh.
I think, probably.
Anyway, thank you for asking me for an interview. It was really nice to
Congratulations
share
on
my
winning gold.
thoughts.
Hey, thank you guys for putting on an awesome game. That was really fun to watch and cast.
Now I can never play the worst class in Highlander in gold again.
You guys should tell me how my cast was, because it's my first time and I don't know whether I did a good job or not, so you guys should look it over.
You ask good questions. So yes. That I am okay with. I'm okay with hearing my voice sometimes, so.
Probably better, because I'm calling Sam out, dude.
Why was
Why is
Jaxer
he
allowed
on
in here?
Badlands?
Why'd you move? Okay, whatever.
Why
Hey,
was
what's up?
I didn't move?
That was an interesting game to watch. I'm not
Why
gonna lie.
is Jaxer allowed in here?
It was an
I don't
interesting
know.
game to play when I beat Sam up.
Shut up, Tetra.
What the?
Tetro.
That's a wizard's chance.
Can I get a Tetro tip right now on Medic, please?
Okay,
I need
I'll
to
read
improve my medic play.
Tetra's trips word for word. He says that if you drop Uber, you run crits.
That's I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm switching my main in ESA
You're
Open
welcome.
from Scout to Medic.
I mean, I've heard some pretty crazy medic stuff. I've heard one time from Medaway himself that sometimes dropping Uber is a tactical decision.
That's just throwing.
Anyway,
That's what the Russians say.
Why
Why
are
are
you fucking
why
moving?
is Round in here? Okay, how are these people getting? Stop giving the mumble to people.
Shank sends his regards.
Alright, you all. I think
You
it's
say
time for you
Shank
guys to
sends
leave.
his regards,
I
right? If
think
you're
this
gonna
is
be here.
over.
Alright,
Alright,
thank you
bro,
guys
can
for
you at
having
least
me.
say it?
Have a good night.
Sends his regards.
You too.
Thank you. Good night, people.
Goodbye,
Welcome
friend.
back to NPR. This is your host, Kevin.
Shut up.
Smith. Today we're going to be
Triton.
talking about the new video game, Team
Triton.
Fortress 2.
What do you want?
I just made some toast.
Mars, are we still streaming?
Triton.
Are
Oh
we still
boy.
live?
Can we
Oh,
get
thank
these
God.
people kicked out of here?
PBS would
Why
like
did I
to
get
thank
moved
our
in? I'm not
viewers
even
for their
A-list.
contributions.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Thank you
we'll stop
everybody
the
for
stream.
watching.
Goodbye,
This
friend.
has
I'm
been
actually
an
like
Remember-
interesting
confused
night.
why I got
All
moved
the
in.
new
I'm not
video
even
games.
Because of
Interesting
viewers like
interview.
you.
Why did I get moved in?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank our viewers today for contributing to this campaign.
Shut up. You sound exactly like the NPR guys, though.
Thank you. That's because I
Alright.
am.
I think
Alright, I'll
that's
see
gonna
you
end
later,
it for
guys.
us tonight. So
goodbye,
thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to everyone that came in for the interviews. See y'all next time.
Goodbye.